Perception is not how reality is seen. It is how reality survives being seen.
This log was triggered after recurring inconsistencies in reported reality. We found 6 unique modifications, not errors, not distortions, but systematic edits applied by the mind. Each alters the world in a different way. Together, they form what humans call experience. So, how much of experience is real, and how much is made up? Log HX007 opening. Subject: perception. Chapter 1. The world is assembled. Nothing arrives complete. Eyes register only fragments of light. Ears catch only portions of sound. Touch, taste, and smell arrive limited and imprecise. What reaches the mind is incomplete, not because the world is unclear, but because the senses never deliver the whole. They offer fragments, not reality. Signals, not meaning. A shadow twists into a distorted shape, interpreted before it is understood. A flicker of motion forms a lurking figure, imagined from partial glimpses. A faint sound sharpens into a warning, though its source remains unknown. Speed is always prioritized over accuracy. Action before certainty. A trade-off that kept humans alive. While some details are entirely discarded, others are exaggeratedly amplified. In this push and pull, patterns start emerging where none exist, stitched together by the mind's compulsion for coherence. By imposing form on chaos, the mind allows humans to live each moment instead of endlessly questioning it. There is no awareness of construction, no sense of selection, only presence. In truth, perception is not a reflection of the world. It is an internal construction, assembled quickly, accepted immediately, and rarely revisited once it feels complete. Chapter 2. The Cut and the Chosen. Humans do not perceive the world. They perceive what remains of it, quietly reduced moment by moment. What is noticed becomes the world for that instant. Everything else falls away without resistance. A person walking past a cafe might catch the clatter of cups, the scent of coffee, glimpses of movement behind the windows, the conversation behind them, details of the space, the cafe's name above the door. Escape awareness entirely. The mind cannot process everything. Therefore, attention limits what reaches perception, and perception treats what arrives as reality. What is noticed grows in influence. What is ignored shrinks, fading from existence. Two people can occupy the same space and experience entirely different realities. One observes shadows stretching across the walls, the tilt of a chair, the door left slightly open. Another observes people, their expressions, their movements, the colors and details of what they wear. Both perceptions are complete in themselves, yet incomplete compared to the total environment. This narrowing is invisible from the inside, so humans assume the world is whole. In reality, it is not. Perception inherits a slice of existence and turns it into a full experience. The rest remains outside, real yet imperceptible. Chapter 3. The Veil of Feelings. Perception does not start neutral. Even before meaning forms, emotions are already at work. They nudge, stretch, and shrink what enters awareness. When fear is present, a shadow appears larger. When desire lingers, a smile seems warmer. When tension rises, a tone of voice feels harsher. Emotions shape perception, amplifying what resonates and muting what does not. The world is no longer just narrowed. it is skewed. Perception remains constructed, still shaped by attention, but now it carries invisible weight. What is noticed is no longer just what exists. It is what matters emotionally. Every experience arrives edited, shaded, shaped, and adjusted by feelings the observer may not even recognize. Reality appears certain. It feels immediate, but it is quietly biased. Chapter 4. The Past in Disguise. The present is never experienced purely. Every moment is interpreted through what has been seen before. Memory provides the templates the mind relies on. Patterns, shapes, and familiar sequences are recognized instantly, often before the raw data is fully processed. A door is not seen in pieces. It is recognized as one because the mind has seen doors before. A voice is not heard as a combination of frequencies. It is recognized as friend, stranger, or threat, shaped by prior encounters. The present is filtered through the lens of past experience. What is new is reduced to what is known. As a result, recognition comes before discovery. Speed takes priority over certainty, and the mind relies on familiarity over accuracy, shaping raw input into patterns it can act on immediately. This reliance on the past gives the mind stability, making the world feel consistent and familiar. Events repeat in recognizable ways, and even mistakes leave traces, guiding how the mind interprets what comes next. Perception prefers the past because it allows the mind to navigate the present without constant recalculation. And in doing so, it constructs a reality that feels certain, but is only a reflection of what has already occurred. Chapter 5. The Unspoken Accord. Reality doesn't need to be correct. It only needs to be agreed upon. Once a perception is shared, it stops behaving like an interpretation. It begins to behave like a fact. When enough people see the same thing the same way, checking feels like doubt, and doubt feels out of place. What is repeated becomes stable. What is stable becomes trusted. A rumor gains weight because it is heard often. A reaction feels appropriate because everyone around responds the same way. Repetition quietly teaches what is expected, what is acceptable, what fits. Normal emerges this way, not as an objective state of the world, but as a shared habit of seeing, disguised as a mutually reinforced assumption. Once established, shared perception resists disruption. Contradictions are reframed as exceptions. Anomalies are ignored, mocked, or explained away. The agreement protects itself. At this stage, perception no longer belongs to the individual. It is distributed, maintained socially, defended implicitly. To disagree is not merely to see differently. It is to threaten coherence. And coherence is valued more than precision. In this way, perception hardens into something that feels external, fixed, unquestionable, not because it is true, but because it is shared. Chapter 6. Through the Shattered Lens. Perception holds the world together, but when it falters, reality hits harder than understanding can hold. Life feels impossible to read. Moments grow thick and suffocating. Even the simplest things demand more effort than the mind can spare. Getting dressed feels pointless. Every choice a small battle. Talking to people takes extra strength. Each glance feels judging, every word heavy. Every small motion, moving, choosing, existing, drags against unseen resistance. At this time, the mind is consumed with itself, and the world outside feels too heavy to bear. Confusion settles first, oppressive and insistent. Regret, disbelief, and a strange grief press against thought. Every word, glance, and memory carries disproportionate weight. With one fractured reality, the self starts to question everything once trusted. A dream once carried with certainty now feels like a fool's hope. A decision once made to protect someone now reads as selfish in the light of its consequences. The mind stops smoothing reality. Signals arrive unfiltered, raw. Nothing is hidden, nothing is certain. Perception no longer cushions the world. It shows it all at once. Someday the world will feel whole again, yet the memory of raw reality lingers, and perception will carry it silently through every moment. End log.